Like, how long does that take you to figure out how you want it to look? Do you ever go down a rabbit hole where you spent like 2 weeks?
No, it's all iterative. It's like 10 years of, add a CSS transition here or do this or.
Well, let's say like, see, these are rounded now.
Yeah.
If you wanted to like, round is probably the better way. But if you want it to be rectangular, like sharp corners, what would you do? You just
I go to the index.css and I do Command F and I search border radius 12px.
Yeah.
And then I replace with border radius 0. And then I do Command Enter, and it's Git deploys. It pushes to the Git hub, and then sends a webhook, and then deploys to my server, and it's live in 5 seconds.
Oh, you often deploy it to production. You don't have like a testing ground?
No, I'm like famous for this because I'm too lazy to set up like a staging server on my laptop every time. So nowadays I just deploy to production.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get canceled for this, but it works very well for me because I have like PHP lint and JSLint, so it tells me when there's error, so I don't deploy. But I have like 37,000 Git commits in the last 12 months or something. So I make like small fixes and then Command Enter, and it sends to GitHub. GitHub sends a webhook to my server. Web server pulls it, deploys to production, and it's there.
What's the latency of that from you pressing Command?
1 second. Can be 1 to 2 seconds.
So you just make a change, and then you're getting really good at like not making mistakes, basically.
Man, 100%, you're right. Like people are like, how can you do this? Well, you get good at not taking the server down, because you need to code more carefully. But it's idiotic in any big company, but for me it works because it makes me so fast. Like somebody will report a bug on Twitter, and I kind of do like a stopwatch, like how fast can I fix this bug? And then 2 minutes later, for example, it's fixed.
Yeah.
And it's fun because it's annoying for me to work with companies where you report a bug and it takes like 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like horrible. And it makes people really happy when you can really quickly solve their problems. So, but it's crazy. I don't
think it's crazy. I'm sure there's a middle ground, but I think that whole thing where there's a phase of like testing and there's the staging and there's the development and then there's like multiple tables and databases that you use for the stage. Like it's
filing.
It's a mess. Yeah, and there's different teams involved. Yeah. It's not good.
I'm like a good, funny extreme on the other side,
But just a little bit safer, but not too much. It would be great.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's actually like how they're doing rapid improvement.
No, they do because there's more bugs. And people complain about like, oh, look, he bought this Twitter, now it's full of bugs. Dude, he's shipping stuff. Like things are happening now and it's a dynamic app now.
Yeah, the bugs is actually a sign of a good thing happening.
Yes.
The bugs are the feature because it shows that the team is actually building shit.
100%. Yeah.
Well, one of the problems is like I see with YouTube, there's so much potential to build features, but I just see how long it takes. So I've gotten a chance to interact with many other teams, but one of the teams is MLA, multi-language audio. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but in YouTube you can have audio tracks in different languages for overdubbing. And that there's a team and not many people are using it, but like every single feature they have to meet and agree and like there's allocate resources, like engineers have to work on it, but I'm sure it's a pain in the ass for the engineers to get approval to like because it has to not break the rest of the site, whatever they do. But like if you don't have enough dictatorial, like top down, like we need this now, it's going to take forever to do anything multi-language audio. But multi-language audio is a good example of a thing that seems niche right now, but it quite possibly could change the entire world. When I upload this conversation right here, if instantaneously it dubs it into 40 languages.
Yeah, man.
And everybody every single video can be watched and listened to in those different, it changes everything. And YouTube is extremely well positioned to be the leader in this. Yeah. They got the compute, they got the user base, they have the experience of how to do this. So like multi-language audio should be
high priority feature, right?
Yeah, that's high priority. And it's a way, Google is obsessed with AI right now. They want to show off that they could be dominant in AI. That's a way for Google to say like, we used AI. Like this is a way to break down the walls that language creates.
The preferred outcome for them is probably their career, not the overall result of the cool product,
I think they're not like selfish or whatever. They want to do good. There's something about the machine,
organization,
the organizational stuff that
I have this when I report bugs on like big companies I work with. I talk to a lot of different people in DM, and they're all really trying hard to do something. They're all really nice, And I'm the one being kind of asshole because I'm like, guys, I'm talking to 20 people about this for 6 months and nothing's happening. And say, man, I know, but I'm trying my best. And so it's systemic.
Yeah. So what it requires, again, I don't know if there must be a nicer word, but like a dictatorial type of top down. The CEO rolls in and just says like, for you two, it's like MLA, get this done now. This is the highest priority.
I think big companies, especially in America, a lot of it is legal, right? You need to pass everything through legal.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, man, the things I do, I could never do that in a big corporation because everything has to be, probably Git deploy has to go through legal.
Well, again, dictatorial. You basically say, Steve Jobs did this quite a lot. I've seen a lot of leaders do this. Ignore the lawyers, ignore comms, ignore PR, ignore everybody. Give power to the engineers. Like, listen to the people on the ground, get this shit done and get it done by Friday.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the law can change. Like, for example, let's say you launch this AI dubbing and there's some legal problems with lawsuits. Okay, so the law changes. There will be appeals. There will be some Supreme Court thing, whatever. And the law changes. So just by shipping it, you change society. You change the legal framework. And by not shipping, being scared of the legal framework all the time, like you're not changing things.